Today, we're going to build a tank using 14 Lego pieces.
These are all the pieces you are going to need. In the description of this video, I left the piece names, count, and design IDs.
I'm going to start with this 1x2 by 2/3 brick with studs on both sides. And this big old ugly end in the back, that's going to be the back of our tank here. So I'm just going to get a 1x1 plate piece and stick it on that back ugly piece. This is just basically to make it look more square for the chassis of our tank, so it looks better when you're looking at it from all the different angles. And then for the front, I'm going to grab another 1x1 plate piece and put that right there on that front stud, and this is just going to extend it out so it goes the length of our tank treads. And then I'm going to get a 1x1 brick, put that on my 1x1 plate, so we're just kind of extending out our chassis here. And then to finish it off, is we're actually going to see a little bit of this part, I'm going to grab this slope piece, this cheese wedge slope piece, and put it so that the thin end is on the bottom and it slopes up towards the top. And here's the chassis to our tank. And for the treads, I'm going to grab this thick Technic Liftarm with 7 holes in it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go skip these 2 holes, and then the next 2 holes, so basically holes 3 and 4 from the back, are going to go onto the side 2 studs like this. You can kind of see how that chassis is a nice length with the tank treads. And we're going to do the same thing, another thick Liftarm, Technic Liftarm with those 7 holes, skip the first 2, go to the next 2, and we've got the treads and chassis to our tank. And now, to start building the body of our tank, I'm going to grab a 2x4 plate piece. And what I'm going to do is the back 2 anti-studs of this plate piece are going to go into those top 2 studs of that brick piece. So I'm just putting the bottom back 2 studs, the anti-studs, onto the top 2 studs. And now we've got the base for our tank. And now on the center 4 studs, I'm going to grab a 2x2 jumper plate, and just put those on the 4 center studs. And then to kind of make it more armored and actually covering all the vulnerable parts, we're going to grab 2 of these 2x2 slope pieces, these curved slope pieces, and we're going to put 1 on the back, so we just get those back 2 studs, put it here. And then we've got those front 2 studs with my curved slope piece here, and you've got the body of our tank. And now we need the big old turret on top. And the reason I use a jumper plate is because if I grab this 2x2 round brick with hole in the center, with this Technic pinhole in the center, I can just take that bottom anti-stud into my jumper plate, and my tank turret can turn. And now, there are holes on both sides, so we kind of hide that back hole. The way we hide that back hole is by getting this flick fire missile piece. And I'm going to put that flick fire missile piece through the back hole and just push it all the way through so it snaps into place. You've kind of hidden that back hole and made it more solid, because a tank needs to be solid, right? And then this is just a little too thin. It doesn't quite look right coming through that hole. So to thicken it up and give it a little more girth, I'm just going to grab this tiny Technic pin piece and put the Technic pin piece, so that little tiny part before that ring goes into my flick fire missile that's sticking out. Push it all the way in, and now I've got the front cannon to my tank. But here's a little micro tank with a turning turret that you can build for any larger mocks, war mocks or military mocks you might want to create.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.